Did you ever wonder what would happen if you followed a trail of moonlight through the jungle? They say that once every 100 years, when the jungle falls silent and the moon shines its brightest, a hidden path appears that leads to wonders beyond imagination. The youngest elephant in the herd couldn't sleep. While the others rested peacefully under the vast canopy of stars, the little elephant kept staring at the strange silver line cutting through the jungle floor. It wasn't there yesterday. It wasn't there this morning. But now, under the full moon's glow, it shimmered like flowing water, inviting anyone brave enough to follow. Against all the warnings about wandering at night, the little elephant took one cautious step onto the silvery path. The ground felt cool and tingled against each footpad. One step became 2, then 3, and soon the sleeping herd was far behind. "Where do you think you're going at this hour?" came a voice from above. Looking up, the little elephant spotted a colorful parrot with feathers that gleamed even in the darkness. "I'm following the moon path," the little elephant replied. "Don't you see it?" The parrot tilted its head curiously. "A moon path? Oh, it's happening again!" The bird's eyes widened with excitement. Once every 100 years, the ancient spirits create a path for those with pure hearts. It leads to the heart of the jungle. "What's the heart of the jungle?" the little elephant asked. The parrot fluttered down to a lower branch. "A place where the jungle shares its deepest secrets. My great-great-great-great-grandmother told stories about it. They say only the worthy can find it, and those who do return with gifts beyond measure." This sounded like the greatest adventure possible. "Will you come with me?" the little elephant asked. The parrot hesitated only briefly. "I've spent my whole life in these trees. Perhaps it's time to see what lies beyond." With a flutter of wings, the bird landed on the little elephant's back. "We must hurry. The path vanishes with the dawn." Together, they followed the glowing trail deeper into parts of the jungle neither of them had ever seen. The trees grew taller and closer together. Strange flowers bloomed at night, releasing sweet scents into the air. Luminous butterflies with wings like stained glass fluttered around them. Suddenly, the path split in 3 directions. "Which way?" the little elephant whispered. Before the parrot could answer, a low growl came from the underbrush. Out stepped a jaguar, its spotted coat shimmering with moonlight, eyes glowing like amber. The little elephant froze in fear. Everyone knew jaguars were the most dangerous predators in the jungle. "You're far from home, little one," the jaguar said, circling them slowly. "These paths are treacherous." "We're following the moon path to the heart of the jungle," the parrot explained, trying to sound brave despite trembling feathers. The jaguar stopped pacing. "The heart of the jungle? It appears only once every 100 years. "Do you know which path leads there?" the little elephant asked, still nervous but curious. The jaguar sat on its haunches, considering them both. "I do. I've been waiting many seasons for the path to appear again, but the journey requires courage, wisdom, and kindness. Do you possess these qualities?" The little elephant wasn't sure how to answer. The parrot spoke up instead. "We won't know until we're tested, will we? But we're willing to try." This seemed to please the jaguar. "Then I will join you. The right path is this one," it said, pointing with its nose to the middle trail. "But beware, the jungle will test us before revealing its heart." Now, 3 unlikely companions continued along the glowing path. As they walked, the jungle around them transformed. The trees began to whisper in an ancient language. Flowers turned to face them as they passed. Even the night insects fell silent in their presence. They came to a wide, rushing river that cut across their path. The silvery trail continued on the other side, but the water moved too fast for safe crossing. "Now what?" the parrot asked, flying up to get a better view. "There's no bridge, and the river stretches far in both directions." The jaguar paced along the shore. In the old stories, the jungle provides a way for the worthy. The little elephant approached the water's edge, trunk extended. The rushing water didn't seem normal. It sparkled with the same silver light as the path. Feeling brave, the little elephant dipped its trunk into the water. Immediately, the rushing current slowed directly in front of them. As they watched in amazement, stones rose from the riverbed, creating a pathway across the water. "The river is giving us away!" the parrot exclaimed. "You must go first," the jaguar told the little elephant. "It was your courage that revealed the crossing." Carefully, the little elephant stepped onto the first stone. It held firm. One by one, they crossed the magical stepping stones, the elephant moving cautiously, the parrot flying alongside, and the jaguar leaping gracefully from stone to stone. On the other side, the path grew brighter, as if excited by their progress. The jungle became denser, but somehow easier to navigate. Plants moved their branches aside, thorny bushes retracted their spikes. Even the ground seemed to smooth itself beneath their feet. The next challenge appeared as they entered a clearing where the path suddenly disappeared. In the center stood an ancient tree, its trunk wider than 10 elephants standing side by side. Its branches reached so high they seemed to touch the stars themselves. "The path is gone," the little elephant said, confused. The jaguar circled the massive tree. "This must be the guardian tree. The stories say it protects the entrance to the heart." The parrot flew up, inspecting the enormous trunk. "There are carvings here, symbols I've never seen before." The three gathered around the tree, studying the strange markings that spiraled up the trunk. There were images of animals, plants, stars, and shapes that seemed to move if you looked at them too long. "It's a puzzle," the jaguar said. "We must solve it to continue." They spent what felt like hours examining the carvings. The little elephant noticed that some symbols matched patterns in the stars above. The parrot realized that others represented different plants they had passed along their journey. The jaguar recognized ancient territory markings of jungle creatures. Working together, they began to understand. The elephant used its trunk to touch specific symbols in sequence, following the parrot's directions based on the star patterns. The jaguar confirmed each choice by its ancient knowledge. When they touched the final symbol, a rumbling sound came from deep within the earth. Slowly, the massive tree began to shift, its trunk splitting open to reveal a passage glowing with the same silver light as the path. "We did it!" the little elephant trumpeted excitedly. The three friends entered the passage within the tree. Inside was a spiral staircase made of roots and earth, leading downward. As they descended, the air grew warmer and filled with the most wonderful fragrances, like all the flowers of the jungle blooming at once. At the bottom of the staircase, they emerged into an underground cavern that took their breath away. The entire chamber glowed with soft light emanating from thousands of crystals embedded in the walls. In the center stood a small pool of water so clear it looked like liquid diamond. Above the pool floated a single orb of pure light, pulsing gently like a heartbeat. "The heart of the jungle," whispered the jaguar reverently. The three approached the pool. Within its depths, they could see images. The entire jungle from above, every creature, every plant, every drop of water connected in a vast living network. The floating orb of light spoke directly into their minds. "Few find their way to the heart. You three, so different from one another, succeeded because you combined your strengths. Courage, wisdom, and kindness have brought you here." The light brightened. Each of you may drink from the pool and receive the jungle's gift. The elephant went first, dipping its trunk into the crystal water and taking a small sip. Immediately, a warm sensation spread throughout its body. The elephant suddenly understood the language of the trees, the whispers of the grass, the secrets the wind carried. The parrot dipped its beak into the pool next. After drinking, its feathers glowed with new colors, and it could see far beyond the jungle, to distant mountains and oceans never before glimpsed. The jaguar lapped at the water last. When it finished, its eyes gleamed with new wisdom, and it knew instinctively where every creature in the jungle was at that moment, which needed help, which were thriving. "You have received gifts suited to your hearts," the light told them. "Use them wisely. The jungle is one great being, and you are all its children." As the first hint of dawn approached, the three friends made their way back up the spiral staircase. Outside, the magical path had returned, guiding them home as the moon began to set. "Will we remember how to find this place?" the little elephant asked. "The path appears only once every 100 years, the jaguar said. "But what we learned here will stay with us always." The parrot settled once more on the elephant's back. "And we'll pass the story to those who come after us, so they might find it when the time comes again." By the time the sun rose fully, the three had returned to where their journey began. The silver path faded with the last of the moonlight. To anyone else, they might have seemed unchanged. Just a small elephant, a colorful parrot, and a proud jaguar meeting by chance in the morning light. But they were forever connected by their journey to the heart of the jungle. The little elephant returned to the herd with new understanding of the world around them. The parrot soared higher than ever before, bringing back stories of distant lands. The jaguar became a guardian of the weak, using its power to maintain balance in the jungle. And on nights when the moon was full, the three friends would meet at the ancient tree where they first began their adventure, sharing stories and watching the stars, waiting for the day, perhaps in another 100 years, when the silver path would appear once more. The end.